After contentious debate over the state's Freedom of Information Act, some Senate members are still pushing to add exceptions. We'll get to 4029's Jacob Murphy in the newsroom for us tonight. Now, Jacob, State Senator Bart Hester held a press conference tonight, as we heard there, about a new bill that's been filed with some changes. So what's the focus now?
Well, Allison, the new focus is Senate Bill 10, which was filed tonight. This comes after Senate Bill 9 did not make it out of committee today after 5 hours of testimony and discussion. The updated bill is shorter and focuses on security and safety of the governor, something that most people that testified today didn't have any issues with.
We came down here to get a job done, and I intend to get it. It will not be held up in a committee.
Senate Bill 10 was filed tonight and will head to the State Agencies Committee on Wednesday.
In the morning, we've already got a State Agencies Committee planned at call of the chair. And so we'll hear that bill tomorrow morning in state agencies, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Senator Bart Hester says Senate Bill 9, which included exceptions around client-attorney privilege, needs more time than a special session.
We're asking the Attorney General's FOIA working group to look into that, give it some more time, and I suspect we'll take it up at a later date.
Members of the House expressed their concerns about Senate Bill 9 potentially being filed.
Arkansas has consistently ranked near the top in terms of transparency of our government. That is all about to drastically change if this bill goes through, and it could go through very quickly.
The House filed a bill earlier today that is pretty similar to the Senate's updated bill. They both are shorter versions of the original and focus on the security and safety of the governor. The Senate will reconvene tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. In the newsroom, Jacob Murphy, 4029 News.
Prior to the new bill being introduced, the state Senate agencies and the Government Affairs Committee held public comment on the proposed changes to the FOIA law.
The citizens need FOIA to protect ourselves from you. And when you take our rights away to do that, you leave us defenseless. FOIA is one of the only tools citizens have to protect themselves from government through oversight. And you want to take those rights away.
I do not and will not accept that I'm trying to take your rights away in FOIA by updating this legislation that was passed before I was born.
28 Arkansans signed up to speak, including several state officials and journalists. Senate Bill 10 is the third iteration of proposed changes to the state's FOIA law. The previous bill proposed bigger changes to the Open Records Act. Senate Bill 8, the tax cut bill, that was passed in the Senate and passed out of a House committee today. Now, the House is expected to vote on the bill sometime tomorrow. The bill aims to cut corporate and personal income tax rates, as well as giving Arkansans a one-time $150 tax relief check for anyone making less than $90,000 per year. Now, some lawmakers say that will benefit the state.
It will make us more competitive with the states around us, and we want people to come to our state and help our state become stronger and better.
Today at the Arkansas Education Association building, a rally was held against the tax cuts. Arkansas advocates for children and families say that instead of cutting taxes, the state should use that money for programs that could help children.
We take for granted the services that we need. We take for granted that we need paved roads, that we need quality schools, that we need government services to happen quickly. Those things are paid for with our taxes. And so sometimes we don't think about that when we're getting another tax cut, that those few dollars that we may be getting back have a significant impact on the ability for our state to run.
If the bill passes, it'll then head to the governor's desk for her signature. The bill that bans the government from mandating a vaccine for COVID-19 or any subvariants passed the Senate and was referred to a House committee. That's expected to be voted on tomorrow. If you want to learn more about what's happening with the legislative session or how to contact your state lawmakers or track bills through the General Assembly, go to 4029tv.com.